I'm Zoe, and we are Blerd Otaku, and we have Jfizzle and Marky Mark. And I'm sorry it took so long for us to come back, but yeah, there's just so much anime that we watched since then. So the first anime that we're actually going to talk about, oh, actually, I'm going to start all over. What we are watching as has been the summer 2026 new anime. And I have to be honest, a lot of them are girly versions, I have to say, shows. So I don't think they really watch them as much as like I did, because I'm into like anything that has to do with like girl power. So the first one is actually going to be called Through I Am Into Villainous. And this show is a izukai. Well, not really izukai. It's just a villainous show where the main character and the villain switch bodies. So I thought it was a great concept because the main character, she was this sickly girl, and the person that like the villainess that switched bodies with her, she didn't realize that how her body is and stuff like that. Because she was like, well, everybody like puts on her hand and foot, and I'm like, because she's technically dying. So that's a good concept of it, and I think it's episode 8 out or something because it's been a while, but there it's actually in sub, but people are realizing that maybe they switch bodies. Well, they're not saying that they switch bodies, but they're noticing that their personalities are changed. So I think it's a great concept. I don't think neither of y'all will watch it.
Yeah, I didn't see this. It was too whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I didn't see this. I have watched some of the new stuff, but this was not one of those.
I mean, what makes this Izukai? Is it because
It's
like
not Isekai. That's what I was thinking.
okay, I was about to say,
Yeah, it's a
but
villainous show.
oh,
So, but it is in subbed only. So, and the next one will be My Stepmother and Stepsister Aren't Wicked. So what I liked about this show, this is only in dub. It's not on Crunchyroll. I've been watching it on YouTube, which is kind of weird because it comes back to like my roots of watching anime on YouTube. But this show is the main character. Her, I think her mother dies, so she goes to the stepmother house, which is, I think her dad was cheating on her mom with, well, was cheating on the stepmother with the mom. It was something weird about that. And she thinks that, oh, the mom's gonna hate, the stepmother's gonna hate me. Her sisters are gonna be like very scary and mean. But no, they're just happy you're there. And even the stepmother is like, it's not your fault what he did. You're innocent. So she's just learning and going through. And every time she think that they're gonna hate her, and they actually show that they love her, and they're just happy that she's there.
How many episodes does this show have?
So I'm unsure. It isn't sub, but I think I've watched up to like episode 6.
Or it's a Cinderella story, but with a happier ending?
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean everybody even there, because they look kind of like they're bad, but they're not bad people. They're just happy that she's there.
Okay.
And then the next one that I saw was the Elusive Samurai. This is actually the second season. I recommended this actually to both of you guys. I love the concept. It has action in it. Even though the main character is, I think he's like 11 or something like, was he 9? It's just kind of weird. A child is the one that's beating up everybody and all that because his family was murdered, and he
I
was.
was
Hmm?
but he doesn't beat up anybody.
Yes, he
He runs
does.
away.
What are
He
you
runs.
talking about? He did run away. That's the
He runs
concept.
away.
sounds
Totally.
like Demon
Now,
Slayer.
yeah, I was gonna say, but the some of the other characters now they beat people up.
He does.
He eludes being hit. So run away. It reminds me of what is it, Monty Python and the Holy Grail? when the rabbit was eating
Oh
everybody
yeah.
and run away and run away.
DEI.
Yeah, look at the bones.
Vicious. I just watched that actually.
Oh yeah, he runs away a lot. And was it was it it's not his uncle, but somebody that was going through that was you know killing everybody in the city and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
So this one, I have to say, it was a good suggestion. Um, I have no real issues with him, because yeah, like you were showing with the ball, and it fell and it turned out to be somebody's head.
Oh yeah. That's what I.
So it's a good story. It's pretty interesting, and then the fight scenes are very graphic.
Yeah.
So I have no problems with this. This one was good.
Yeah. The second season is pretty good too. I've only watched 3 episodes of it though.
Okay.
Just because originally I watched it in dub, so this season is not dub yet; it's still in sub. So that's why I haven't like fully finished watching it. But it's
Yeah, this
definitely,
one not a bad show at all.
yeah, I definitely recommend everybody watching it if you're into like, I'm gonna say it's a little gory,
It's
That's
gory.
good.
Yeah.
especially like you said with the ball scene. That was, man, that was amazing. That's why I showed you. I was like, just look at this, dad. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it went into his head.
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah. The next show that I watch is the second season actually is Clevenance. We talked about this show. I think it came out earlier with the end of last year or something like that. And this season, I will have to say, is okay. The first season where, the baby and they were killing people, and then the girl, like, she was getting raped and stuff, and how they protected her and everything. And this season, they're in a school setting. So it is a little bit violent, but I feel like it has that calmer feel. So I recommend people to watch it, but I know the second season is quite slow.
Okay.
So it's one of the shows that I do watch when I'm at work. If we get really busy, I'll keep it on.
Is it dubbed?
Yes, it is dubbed. This season is dubbed.
And is it like the girl stuff from that, or
Oh
is
no,
it?
it's
Okay.
not at all. I mean, the main character, even though she is, she was the hero and stuff like that, but the bad guy supposedly he killed her and then he brought her back and he was like, um, "Hey, I'm actually shocked that you were fighting so hard. So now you're under my control. So now she can't die." So in this season, like she's getting hurt. I mean, some limbs and stuff like that, and she's still alive. So it's
Okay.
pretty interesting. But it's not like girly at all. There's nothing about it. The weird thing is the baby, but the baby's not even in this season. They talked about it in a few episodes though.
Is that a cat?
You said a cat?
Yeah. There's something in the center. I don't know if it's a cat or.
Oh, so that's what she's into, what she's turned into now that people see her. So the girl that's beside her with the short hair with the one eye, that's her.
Oh, okay.
But because there's this spell going on right now where the school's getting taken over, that she's turned into that. They see her as that, but she sees them as monsters. It's like,
Oh,
but yeah, and then the guy with the pointy, like the unicorn in the head, he's technically the villain. He's the one that killed, like, is gonna take over the world and kill everybody. But right now, he's just calm
what is the purpose of killing everybody?
because technically he's the demon, and he's like, hey, I'm just gonna take over the world and kill everybody, and it'll just make me happy. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, that's where the baby came in because he destroyed the kingdom, and then found the maid holding the baby, and he was like, "Oh well." She was like, "Here, just take it, and see." And he was like, "Well, I'll save. I won't kill everybody right now until the baby grows up."
Perfect.
It's a weird concept. The
Yeah.
next one is Black Torch. I feel like the show was okay. um, it's about the main character. He pretty much is about to die, and the cat, which is I guess a demon, takes over him and saves him, and now they are like fighting things. It's pretty much. Jay Fizzle, ain't you watched the show?
So I attempted to watch a little bit of it, but I didn't get a chance to like focus when I was watching it. I did like the combat of what their skill level was. Like they had the way they're basically doing is they're assassins in a way, but they're secretive assassins. So like one of their abilities is like all of them can cloak, but there's like a perception of cloak that they can use, so they're not to be detected. But then they can be detected if they do like a certain version of the cloak. So I did like that perspective, that idea of what they're doing. I just have to totally rewatch it because I watched like the first episode and I was like, all right, this is okay. And then like I wasn't paying attention to the next two episodes. But then when they got into like the fighting scenes, I was like, this is something I need to watch again. So I need to watch it again. But I will say it's something to watch. I'm not gonna say it's one of those animes where you gotta watch it.
Yeah.
I even heard a lot of people like not really talk about it, even though they was advertising in Anime NYC.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest though. I'm only really watching because it's in dub and it still is like, it's something for me to watch, but I personally don't think I like it. It reminds me of that Blood show that my dad didn't like that we were talked about last season.
I like
And
that show.
it just gives that same
Yeah. I didn't like that show at all.
Oh,
That
the
was
ending
hard to
was
watch.
hilarious. That dude got his foot, his leg blown off. It was hilarious.
Yeah, this one was not too bad though. Like you said, the fight scenes are pretty good. Some of the story plots are kind of weird though, especially the grandfather was a part of whatever organization, but he didn't tell his son. He
Yeah.
trained them and then didn't train them. So, and then you got all of these people trying to find him now, other people trying to kill him so they can see the cat from him, but they get those cats combined with somebody else. So, I mean, it is an interesting show. I do have to say that part. The episodes I've watched, yeah, I I think it's better if you kind of pay attention to it instead of just letting it play. Because
Yeah,
you do some certain
Yeah.
parts.
that's true. But I don't think I like it. The next show is I actually was talking about this show with my sister. It's called Kaiju Girl. So the concept of it, I feel like is kind of stupid. I mean, she's a kaiju, and when she gets like, so much emotions and everything, and she turns into a kaiju because she looks like a person. So it's kind of stupid because it's a love story. So in the first episode, this guy, she like likes him. I think he helps her with something, and she just gets filled with emotions, and she turns into a kaiju. So, and then now everybody's like trying to like kill her and stuff. Like the government's coming, and then she calms down and then turns right back into a human.
Okay. Do they know, like, the people, they know that she's a kaiju? And it's
Nobody
like,
knows except her mom.
okay. I was wondering if they would still hunt her.
Yeah, no. Right now, 'cause my sister, I think she read it or something like that, and she was telling me that later on they do. Oh no, because I'm watching it in dub. She's watching it sub, so she's ahead, and that's what it was. So I think the boyfriend that she has now, he does figure out that she is a kaiju, but nobody else knows. And then she does have a best friend. I read somewhere that she is gonna find out, so there's only gonna be three people that know.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, it's quite interesting though, because it's like she turns into Godzilla, and then She has the hearts in the eye. So that's why her best friend is probably figuring out, like, hey, there's certain things about this. And every time the kaiju shows up is wherever we are. Because, she just gets too filled with emotion.
Okay.
It's a girly show.
Yeah, I can tell.
That's also why I think my sister watching it. Because I thought I was gonna tell her to join. 'Cause I'm like, you're watching all these shows.
Oh, so she's watching the season because it's a lot of girly shows.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows that she's watching right now. So the next one would be I Want to Love You Till Your Dying Day. Now this I've only seen like 5 episodes. It is a Yuri. So if y'all don't remember what Yuri is, it is girl on girl. But where I'm at now, they're not really like the one girl is kind of realizing, hey, maybe, I like her. But still not more towards like a sexual thing. But what it's about is they are orphans. They go to a girls' school pretty much, and there is a war going on right now, and they're fighting, I guess, bad wizards. So everybody in school is going to the front lines, and so the one girl that actually has the red hair, she we found out much later that she's technically dead, and
Hmm.
she can't die. So that's why it's called like till your dying day. Because every time she's supposed to like die, she just comes back. And she's put on the front line because she's the most powerful one and she's killing everybody. So it has like a violent because you'll see like when you first see in one scene the girl is just like a head or something. And then you're like, oh, and then she's just growing back her body parts. And but it's weird though. In order to heal somebody, they have to kiss each other. So that's where it does get kind of like, all right. But the girl with the blonde hair, she sucks at fighting. So she's never been put on the front line. But people in the school do die. They have like a little ceremony every time somebody dies and stuff because they're kids getting put in the front line. And it's like it's the best thing, the school thinks. These kids are orphans, they're girls, and they know how to fight. And we're going to train them. And then if they die, nobody's going to care, which is quite sad.
Yeah, that sounds very sad.
Yeah. But I want to know more about the jury thing because I'm like, okay.
Is this the first season of this show?
Yes, this is the first season. It is only in sub, though. But it's one of the ones that I'm slowly watching. So that's why I think, just on episode 5. The next one is Ori's Bride. And this one reminds me of this manga that I used to read called Black Butler. And even how the picture looks, right, it reminds me of that. It was one of but this show is they have what are they called? Mm, let's say they're like demons pretty much. Where the guy, he's actually like a demon, and the girl, she's just a regular human. But he's in charge of everything. Like his family is the head family in charge. And if you decide that you find a girl that you're compatible with, your eyes like she shines bright or something like that, and you have to like that's your bride that you're gonna marry and love forever. So he finds her. Her family is actually treats her badly. Her sister has a guy that she's his bride, and usually what happens is the family gets taken care of, and everybody looks them in society as like these great women. It could be men too, but it's mostly women. But because her sister was the bride of somebody, her family like just treats her like crap. Her sister's guy, he actually burns her. So when she was running away, he finds her and he heals her. And then now what's going on is, her parents like gave her up. So she's in the care of her grandparents and he's just taking care of her. But the sister is very bad. Like, right now she's trying to kill her.
Huh.
So, because the
Wow.
sister's so obsessed with, like, why are my parents liking you now? They only like you because you found your match, pretty much.
Okay.
So I think you need to die. Like,
So this is another strong part.
yeah, it's definitely girly. My sister's watching this too.
Okay.
Like I said at the beginning, it reminds me of Black Butler with the thing, even though
Yeah.
it's not really the similar. It's just, but I originally was buying Black Butler, not Black Butler, Black Bird. That's what it's called, Black Bird. And then I think I was on chapter like 5 or 6, and then my sister bought the rest. So I think she actually has them at her house, and half of them are mine. But
She was
I'm being
reading
nice.
those in an hour. She paid like $15 or whatever for the book, and
Yeah,
then
but
an hour later you were finished reading.
yes, but
So
she took my books because those are
yeah,
mine.
yeah, and you read them, which I thought was kind of cool. You read them back, because of the way you know
Yeah.
anime was written. I thought that was neat to see that part. But I never read any of those.
Well, I can't read them anymore because she took them. Yeah. The next one is Victoria of Many Faces. This one reminds me of Spy X Family a little bit, where this girl, Victoria, that's not her actual real name. I don't remember what it was, but she is a spy. She ran away from the organization that she was a part of. And when she was going to the new country, she met this little girl that was sitting on a bench. And she walked by, and then hours later, she walks by again, and she's like, the little girl's still sitting there. So she walks up to her and asks what the little girl's doing. She was like, well, my mom told me to wait here, but it's been hours. So she takes her home and pretty much adopts her. And the guy that she runs into, he is kind of helping her. He's in the government, but the kingdom realized that she seems a little like weird because they're like, "All right, you know all these languages, but you came here a common person. You know how you read and write. You know how to ride a horse. You have great combat skills. Nah, there's something fishy about you." So now they're having people that's spying on her. So in the episode that I'm actually watching, she actually realized and she's left with the child. And she's teaching a little girl how to be a spy, pretty much, but without her realizing. So she's like teaching her multiple languages. She's making it a game. And even another one, she taught her how to pick a lock, but in like another way and stuff like that. Because the little girl went to some people's houses because they wanted to adopt her. And she was like, okay, well, I'm going to be there for 7 days. And, well, 6 nights, 7 days. And on that last day, I'm going back home. They locked the door. So what she did was she jumped out the window. And, and Victoria was like, hey, how did you come back? She was like, I did, what you taught me. I jumped out the window and I escaped. So it has a great concept and thing. I do like it because nobody
This
knows that she's a spy. And the main guy, even kind of now, he's like, nah, I think she's like an escape person. But I don't want her to find out that I'm on to her because then she's going to run away and I'm never going to see her again.
and this is dubbed or subbed.
This is subbed. Yeah, it was one of the ones that I actually wasn't going to watch, but I was at work and I was like, okay, it's very slow. And I was like, okay, I'm hooked. And I usually don't like watching sub at work, but this is one of the ones that I do. And I was like, okay, it's pretty good. The next one is Sparks of Tomorrow, which this one I'm watching on Netflix. It is dubbed. It's
Netflix, okay.
Yeah, it's more of a steampunk kind of era where they're in the steam era and they're trying to get electricity. So he's the his brother and him came up with this book and they wrote down all the stuff they didn't want to do, like, you know lights, you know, video and stuff like that. And then his brother goes off to war, doesn't come back. And now he got the book back because somebody else had it. And he's just trying to like do electricity and show the world what's happening. But the girl that's beside him, she's the one that gave him the book. Pretty much her sister had it because she was in love with his brother. And, she just wants to see what's else out there, which I think is quite cool. But she's betrothed to the bad guy that's trying to kill him and take the book back.
Of course.
Yeah. But it's a good show. I watched on TikTok a clip of it, and it just looked stupid where the guy was like, my love, or something. And I was like, oh, I gotta watch it. I do enjoy it.
You seen this one, Jfizzle?
No, I have not. There's a lot of these I have not seen.
So, yeah. And then this is the last one. Actually, there was a few others that I watched, but I'm not gonna name them all. But this is the Oblivious Saint gain contain her can't contain her power. So what I like about this is the girl with the gray hair, she's the same. But the other sister, which that's her sister, the other girl, thought she was the same because in the country her power was flourishing and she was saving everybody. But in the other person, her power is so powerful that she enhances everybody power that's around her. So since her sister lived with her, that's why her power was so great. And she just acted like she didn't really, figure out what she was doing. So in the land, there was no monsters killing anybody going in. The water was purified. Nobody was really getting sick. The plague didn't hit there. So, they thought it was her. And when they were doing the saint test, once the one sister went, got married, and moved to a different kingdom because everybody thought she was useless, she realizes that maybe I'm not the saint. I can't do anything. I used to be able to purify this water. Now I can't do that. And then she was like, she told the church, and now they're looking at her and they're like, oh, this girl is the actual saint. So now the country is trying to take her back.
Hmm.
So she's saving the king of the other country. Well, he's not the king, he's the prince, but he's soon to be king. He was very sick, and she's been fixing him. And, right now she's actually in love with her husband, which is weird because, she just met him all of a sudden. And he was like, you're actually a great girl. And I thought she was going to be a stuck up rich girl. And she was like, no, I wasn't raised that way. My family didn't like me, pretty much. So, because her family has issues with her because her mom died in childbirth, giving birth to her. So that's why her sister hates her so much. Because she was like, well, if you wasn't born, then mom would still be here.
Dang.
Yes. So it's quite interesting though. you know.
Right, right.
So yeah, those are the pretty much most of the shows that I watch that I continue to watch.
Right. So I did watch one show that wasn't on your list. So I watched the Exile Heavy Night knows how to game the system, and this one was pretty good. When I first started, it was just subbed, but now it looks like the first episode is up 5 episodes. But this one was also violent, and I thought it was quite good. You said you didn't see it though, right? Joey?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
Either.
and I guess it's because it showed up as new, but not on the new summer list. Is the
Yeah.
way I looked at it. So there were a few shows that I did watch that showed as new to Crunchyroll, but they were not new as the summer listing of shows. But this one is, I have to say, it didn't have that super happy stuff that I don't like. It these people were, different factions they were fighting, and I thought it was quite cool. Especially the sub I did watch. It was just hard to watch because I couldn't pay attention to it. So I had to focus on it. And sometimes I'm sitting here and I'm doing something else, missed out on certain. That would have been my own issue with it. But I think it's one that I think just give it a shot. I don't think it was a bad show at all. And did watch, I think one that's called Goodbye Laura, which is just the Little Mermaid. And that one I was not happy about at all. I watched, what is it? Probably 3 episodes of that. And the first episode, she was born and was right there like the Little Mermaid, and then goes on land and she meets somebody that she wants to meet and gets her. Everybody goes to sleep that's under the water, but she gets to go on land and she loses her tail, her fins, and she's trying to find the person, and then there's a not even goldfish. It is a what do you call it? A beta is talking to her and talking to her kid, and that's how that show was going on. And I think I've watched 3 episodes of it, and then I just couldn't do it
I feel like one episode is too much. It's not my type, and I like girly stuff.
anymore. Yeah. Well, I was kind of like interested since it was like, well, it's the Little Mermaid. Let me just see where they're going to go with the Little Mermaid.
Okay, then.
That was the only reason I looked at more than I should have.
You were interested in the Little Mermaid. Got you.
Now, you see something, I'm like, well, how are they going to play out their story based on what you already have in your mind?
Yeah.
So that's why I watched more than I should have.
Alright, you should watch some more of the shows that I talked about, like Kaiju Girl. You like kaijus?
Yeah, I mean, I try to watch some of them. It's just that there's so many shows that come out now. And I did want to ask, like, there's a difference. Like, when I was younger, everything was hand animated. So if it had to be hand animated, then not everything was getting made. It had to have a really good story in order for it to be made. But nowadays, because it's just computer generated, they come out with just about any show.
Yeah.
And I think the quality suffers because of the quantity that they have out there. So
Yeah, they just kind of proving everything.
that's my issue with what I look at when I look at Crunchyroll. I'm like, well, if I really have to like something to sit there and watch it, you know, there are quite a few shows that I really enjoy, and then there's shows that I've only watched because you mentioned it. Then I get it, I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, well, that was crap.
Yeah, but Elusive Samurai's good. I mentioned that.
Yes, you did. But then let's talk about the Green Company that is flying. I watched the whole first season of that show. It's flying. That's all I can think about.
You
It's
know,
flying.
I just needed you to look at different stuff.
Okay.
You can sit there and say that you've seen everything, except the 5 shows that y'all talk about every episode.
When I find something I like, I watch what I
And you
like.
say this every time. Yes, I find something I like,
So
I
let's
watch it.
talk. Okay, well, Jfizzle loves Naruto, right?
You said what?
Jfizzle loves Naruto.
Yes.
All day.
What's wrong? He loves that show. He
Because
still
it's a
watches
great
it.
show and he just doesn't have great. Just
That was pretty easy work.
Yeah. And
I
I'm
mean, it's
thinking, like,
cool to
you
talk
used to
about.
love Clannad.
Yeah.
Okay. What was wrong with liking that show?
Yeah, but I don't talk about it every episode. That's all I'm saying.
Probably.
I could like no, because like Angel Beats, I like got Angel Beats changed my life, but I don't talk about Angel Beats every episode, every time. Be like, oh yeah, I love Angel Beats. Hey, you guys, because of Angel Beats, I decided to become an organ donor. I don't say that. That's all I'm saying. There's other shows to talk about other than me saying how much Angel Beats is
Wow.
such a great show.
Organ donor.
Yeah. But I
I
like,
sure
like, I
did
like
become an organ
Naruto.
donor because of Angel Beats.
Yeah, Death Note was a good show when that came out. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
What show?
Death Note. That
Yes.
was a great was a good show, and it was enjoyed that. But I also loved the original movie years ago when I was younger. I loved, you know, that movie. I watched it all the time. I have it on Blu-ray and I have the live action of the same movie. Yeah, right? That was a good show. But
Yeah.
I don't talk about, there's shows that I really enjoy, that I'll watch every now and then. But yeah, it's just the way I am. Like I loved SAO. You thought that was the worst show ever.
I thought the first season was a great show. It's
Loved
not
the
a SAO once it gets out of that. It's called Sword Art Online. That's what the name of the show is. They only did Sword Art Online, which was the game that they're playing that they get stuck in for the first season. After that, it's not the same show. They had guns and stuff like that. It's different things. It shouldn't have been called SAO. That's all I'm saying. It's not the
okay.
same show. It's like, for instance, that show that me and Joe watched last year, where they were in the game. What is it called?
Shangri-La Frontier.
Yeah, Shangri-La Frontier. That is pretty much like another equivalent of that. But it's just about one show. I mean, it's just about one game, which is Shangri-La Frontier. They're in the game. It's kind of dumb to sit there and call it SAO when they're not in SAO anymore. They completed the game. They all got out. That's it. That's all I'm
Yeah, but they
saying.
kept going back into the game, so still a little bit, somewhat similar.
Not really. They did the guns game, and then after that, it was a different game. It was the guns
Yeah.
villa or something, guns gala or something like that.
Well, no, they were still in the game. It's just that a person was killing them when he was playing the game. There was somebody would go to a house and kill the actual person that he recruited in the game. So that was the difference with season two.
Oh, I didn't like season two. I didn't
So
finish
yeah,
it.
and yeah, but
It
I
was a bad
enjoyed
show. You're the only person I know that actually likes that show. And I know quite a bit of people that watch it, and they all said that no, that
that.
it sucks.
And what was the other show that you watched, Jay Fizzle? You watched one episode that was like, what is it, solo leveling?
Well, I have three other animes that I watched during the summer.
Okay.
Mhm.
The one that you're expressing, which I am trying to debate if I'm ever going to finish it, but it's Tomb Raider. It is the imitation version of Solo Leveling. The storyline is so identical to Tomb Raider. I was actually again talking about it this weekend with my best friend, and he said the same thing. Like, it's almost like if you were watching, um, like Power Rangers, and then you watch the anime version of the Power Rangers show that I can't think what it's called right now in my head, and you're like, this is imitation. Do I want to watch this? What makes this different? Luckily, the anime I'm talking about that's similar to Power Rangers is different because it makes the Power Rangers villains on that show. This Tomb Raider literally was set up perfectly like Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling, the character is an E class. He's basically working to pay his mom's bills because she's in a coma. He goes to like this tomb and they get locked in. He's about to die. The gods of the tomb is like looking at him, see something unique about him. And then right before he dies, he wakes up in a hospital and he's like, what happened? Tomb Raider. For some reason, he's in this tomb fighting. We don't know anything about it. He's about to die because he's fighting this dragon. And the dragon basically eats his legs, basically. And he's like, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. And then the dragon says something. And he wakes up. And he's in a police station. And he's like, huh? Let me go on a little bit more. We go into Solo Leveling. And, he's basically like somewhat knows that he's different, but he really doesn't know yet. He goes into like one of the portals. He's fighting. He sees like this screen pop up, and it's like new skill, and he presses it. Tomb Raider. He's fighting. He's about to fight like this boy. He remembers that this is like the past or something. He gets locked up in the like jail cell, and then the screen pops up and it's like new skill. 100% identical, just a different story, but it feels like you're watching a fake version. So I give that show due to water, but I'm probably gonna watch it. Um, I watched Ghost in the Shell on Amazon Prime. This is the remake of the original one that was, I think, in the late '80s. This new version was actually really good.
Really?
I enjoyed it. I watched it when I was in Japan, and literally I could not stop watching it because I liked how it gave a different view of the original one. It was not just a remake of everything that went on Ghost in the Shell. It was like a different take of the version, but it gave a more of a reason why they're tech versus the humans in their own teams. So I like that different aspect. The animation was not bothersome because a lot of this new animation that they're doing in these animes, some of them like hurts my eyes, or I think they shouldn't have went that too far into creating the animation. This animation was basic and I liked it. So I definitely will give Ghost in the Shell a watch. Um, the fighting scenes were good. Everything made sense. The final episode will have you in your chair like, whoa, this is dope. So Ghost in the Shell is a watch. The one I really enjoyed is let me make sure I'm saying the title correctly fully. I believe it's called Demon of the Shadow Realm. There's the second season about to come out, but the first season came out at the tail of the end, right at the beginning of the summer. Came out in like June 6th or something like that.
Yeah, that counted as the winter lineup because we talked about that.
We did already.
Yes.
I'm so
It's-
sad because it's so good and it
yeah,
finished
because
out
I
really
told y'all to
good.
watch it because I watched it. I'm caught up. And my dad watches it.
I thought I told you to watch it. Okay, my bad. Okay, but I'm preparing for the second season because the second
Yeah,
season
I
about to
was
come
like,
out,
the new
It
and
is
episode
a
I'm
just
good
came
show.
out.
thrilled about that.
Yeah, we all
Um,
watch it.
Now I'm hoping though that I didn't get a chance to watch it. I overheard that it's better though. But I remember we talked about how I've been watching what's called Samurai Troopers, which the U.S. version is called Ronin Warriors. The second season did come out during the summertime. It came out um, in like the middle of July.
Yeah,
So
my
I think
dad's
right
watching it.
now we're on like episode what 7 or something like that. I haven't
Yeah,
started watching it yet, but
I watched it, and
is it
Zoe
good?
said it wasn't. It's good, but she was like, "That's not the
It
summer
doesn't count
line."
for the section that we were talking about. That's all I was saying.
So that's
Yeah.
why. But I seen the first
Okay.
few
Yeah.
episodes, I believe, and then I stopped watching it because it wasn't a part of it. But it's a good show.
Okay. That's good because the first season I was kind of like a little disappointed. So, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, now that you said something, I love Ghost in the Shell. Zoe let watch that when she was a kid. The
Hmm.
original, I think I have the second one as well. I think both of them are on Amazon. And then, of course, you have the live action that came out
And
seven
we
years
don't talk
ago.
about
Yeah.
that.
Well, but it was a live action.
It was whitewash and it doesn't
It was
count.
totally
There
right.
is no war in Boston, say. So,
Yeah, it is definitely whitewashed. And it's weird when you think about it because when the girl's mom is Asian, she is
mhm.
100% Asian, and then she has a white daughter. Like, what happened there? That doesn't make any sense.
But it's not even
It's,
that. They made the eyes of the background people look have Asian eyes. Why didn't they just get Asian people? They
God,
totally. I remember when that was an issue where they were like, "Yeah, everybody in the background, they're not Asian, but yet we're gonna make them look Asian."
yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much
It is
what
kind of
everything
weird.
happens.
That's dumb.
Yeah, have you ever seen it?
Are you talking about the Aang?
No, with Scarlett Johansson, Ghost in the
Yeah,
Shell, the
Ghost
live
in the
action.
Shell. I
Oh,
think
that's
it
what y'all
came out
talking
in
about. I thought
20.
y'all was talking about. Okay, can we say boxing? Say, I was like, you talking about?
No, I say there's no in Boston say when something it doesn't exist.
Got you. Okay, my bad.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, you talking about like the live action version of it? It's been
yeah.
Yeah,
so long, so I don't remember it. I remember it not being good.
I think it came out in 2017, right? Or
I don't know. It doesn't
It's been a
exist.
while.
There's no world in Boston.
yeah, it. The only reason I went to see it because I love the anime.
Yeah, we all
So
we went to the movies.
yeah, I absolutely love that. Yeah, it came out in 2017, and I wanted that same feel, even though Scarlett Johansson was in it. I was still going to give it a shot because that opening scene when the garbage guy is running through the water and she's invisible and she breaks his leg.
That's
That
the
was
only good part of the.
pretty much a cool animated scene, because she's partially invisible. But I really, really wanted to see that. And yeah, then you got Scarlett Johansson.
One of the
Just,
worst actresses ever. She
well,
can't
I'm not
act.
going to say that. It's just that it
She
was
can't
the
act.
wrong person for the role.
That
She can't act. Her and who is she's the Black Widow? She sucks. She can't act.
Whatever.
So she's just a white woman. That's it, and that's why they're like, oh my god, she has blonde hair. She's so beautiful. Is she though?
is beautiful.
I'm gonna have to watch that other one. I like the original.
Mm. Well, I guess that's it for today, you guys. Like and subscribe. And actually, I don't know what we're gonna talk about next, but make sure you just watch any of these shows.
I
They're
know what
on
we
it.
could talk about.
What?
We could talk about how One Piece is
No, we're
trash
not talking about nothing One
due to
Piece.
water, and I started watching it.
So
No, we're
we're
not gonna talk
don't
about
know what
that.
we're gonna talk about, and it's definitely not gonna be what he said.
Absolutely. I got caught in watching it, and now I'm like locked in again. It's so horrible. And I'm not
Oh
Mm,
wow.
even far. I'm like episode 300 or something. I'm like 600 more something episodes ago. It's horrible.
I'm never gonna be caught watching that show.
Got convinced too.
All right.
Anyway, goodbye.